Hey guys, MentalReach here. I think I worry about practically every little thing you could think about. I see a girl I want to talk to, and I get worried because I think she might reject me. If I wonder about a business I want to try out, I imagine myself failing and becoming homeless one day because of some little mistake I made. If I see myself working out to get a six-pack, I see myself failing that too because I get too lazy to continue working out one day. I think you get what I'm trying to get at, which is the fact that I like to worry about a lot of little stupid things in my life. And maybe there's been moments in your life where you stayed up late at night thinking about what kind of pickle jam you got yourself into. But when you really think about it, what really causes us to worry so much? Sure, getting rejected by that cute girl is going to lower my self-esteem, but it's not like she's actually going to upload her interaction onto Twitter and spread it to every female in the world that she rejected me. No mate, she's simply going to brush me off as another guy before going away. All I said was afraid to start a business, because if I failed, then I have to face the world knowing that I wasn't as good as other business clowns out there. But I wouldn't let one failed business get you down. Nearly every entrepreneur faced multiple failures before they got to their feet. And let's not forget about the fact that worry does nothing but give us anxiety and drains our energy, whether it be emotionally or physically. But like anything, that habit can change. It's obvious people who worry all the time can't enjoy life the same way as those who can just let things go can. In fact, the greatest mistakes physicians make is trying to find the cure for the body while ever trying to find a cure for the mind first. After all, the mind and body should never be treated separately because they're like one thing. And in this book, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, it shows you how to clean up your mind before it affects your body. Now part 1 of this book is to live one day at a time. One of the funniest things I know are little kids who say they just want to grow up. They tell themselves they want to grow up so badly so they can stay up late at night, drive cars, or do whatever they want. I don't know. But by the time they grow up, they miss the time that they were children or teenagers. They dwell in the past and don't think about the present. It's quite ironic when you think about it.
Daddy, I want to grow up, own my own house, and stay up all night and eat anything I want and shop at the mall now.
Oh really? How about you start paying the bills, you little brat? And while we're at it, how come you don't have a job? What are you, like 5? You should be out there submitting your resumes already.
And there's a strategy in this book known as date tight compartments. And basically, it means you want to live in a style that doesn't involve constantly thinking about the future. Live each day as if you're in a different box, I guess you could say. Don't concentrate on the box before you or the box after you, because that's not the box you're currently dealing with. If you had a bad day in the previous box, just leave it behind and do what needs to be done in the box you are in that day. And trust me, I know what you may be thinking already.
MentalReach? That's freaking stupid. What if I plan something in the future? You just expect me to live each day like it's my last? I might as well go to the gambling casino and give up everything and do something crazy while I'm at it.
I'm not really saying that. Of course we need goals to give ourselves in the future, but don't constantly live in the future where you're rich, have a girlfriend, or have whatever you bloody want. Just concentrate on small steps that would take you there in the future. Live each day into bedtime. We can't predict the future, and people often visualize the worst possible outcome of their future. And as a result, they'll constantly worry and try to think of ways to conquer it. They stop living in the present and only focus on making their future better, or their make-believe future better. But for long-term worries, focus on what you have to complete that day and do it the best way you can. Because although the vision may not be clear yet, if you continue doing the best you can on whatever you're doing that day, you can solve about any long-term problems you have about the future that you might be afraid of. Now part 2 is to get facts before analyzing worry. We tend to have active imaginations when we think about a situation. We imagine the worst events that could take place because of something so small. For example, I remember when I went out with this one girl, and during our date, I forgot her name. I was freaking out because I have a really bad time when it comes to remembering people's names. Don't get on me for that. I imagine her reactions if she found out I forgot her name. I thought she would hit me or something worse the moment I asked her what her name was. I'm sorry, I have the worst memory. Could you tell me what your name was again?
I hope you're joking, because I actually killed the last guy who forgot my name.
Psh, of course I was kidding. Who do you think I am? I didn't forget your name. And trust me, mate, I tried about 10 tricks just to tell me what her name was. I even checked her Instagram account and it didn't reveal anything. Her username was like JS Dog Lover. But after asking her what her name was, She laughed about it because she actually forgot what mine was too, which made the situation a lot funnier than what I expected it to be. So this means, get the facts before jumping to conclusions. Gather as many facts as you can about a situation and use those facts to develop a plan of attack. Half of our worries are caused by us trying to make a decision before we have enough knowledge to even make a decision on it. And once you get those facts, weigh them all together and then come to a decision you might like. Once a decision is made, that's when you should carry it out. This is what gets rid of your anxiety, or at least most of it, and brings you to a clear decision-making process. Just making a clear decision and taking action removes about 90% of your stress. And when you're tempted to worry about a problem, just write out the following questions. What is the problem? What is the cause of the problem? What are all the possible solutions? And what is the best solution you have? Overall, don't cry over spilt milk. If you made a mistake you can't do anything about, just accept it and move on by taking action. People cry for years based on something that happened to them in the past. They complain, lose sleep over it, and constantly dwell on it day after day for years and years. And whether it's a relationship, an argument, a job, or a missed opportunity, people continue whining over it day after day. Instead, just get over it and move on, mate, because there's always going to be a new opportunity for you whether you believe so or not. Now part 3 is going to be, break the worry habit before it breaks you. Alright guys, so after I broke up with this one girl I thought I had a pretty good thing with, I felt lazy and didn't want to do anything. My mind felt like rubble, and I just wanted to float into the sky and do nothing. But as my house got dirtier, I realized I actually had to do something about it. So I started cleaning it and organizing my book collection. And as I continued cleaning my house that day, I realized my stress was finally starting to disappear. I wasn't thinking about my relationship issues or personal problems anymore. I was only thinking about the actions I was doing that moment and nothing more. Alright guys, since we made it this far, when do you feel your anxiety is getting the best of you? Maybe you lost a job. Maybe you got rejected by a model. Either way, when you worry about something, be proactive. Our minds are incapable of thinking of two things simultaneously. When you're working on one project that's consuming your focus, your mind doesn't focus about other things that may be keeping you awake at night.
You ever just think about all the people you destroyed in the past, all the wrong things you did, and all the people's lives you ruined?
What? I'm afraid not. Oh, look at the time though, mate. I have an appointment on the moon. Ciao. Reduce your worries by keeping yourself busy. Continuous action is actually one of the best ways to distract a worried mind. Find ways to fill your time. For some people, what helps them fight stress is keeping themselves busy most of the time. By remaining constantly busy with a series of tasks at hand, their stress goes away because they're constantly keeping up with things they gotta do that day. And yes, I won't hide the fact that we still need to be concerned about our problems, but not worried. Every time you cross the street, you're most likely concerned about what you're doing, but not worried. You're not going to ever cross the street again because you're too worried that you might get hit with a car. Concerns means realizing what the problems are and calmly taking steps to go about them. Worrying is just going about in useless circles based on imaginary events that take place in your head. You can be concerned about any problems you have and still walk with your chin up. You can't instantly change your emotions by just thinking about it or wanting to do it. It involves making up your mind and taking action that automatically changes your feelings. So if you're looking for a book on how to stop worrying and to find happiness to some degree, check out that book, which is called How to Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed. If you have a book you want to see reviewed in the future, just hit a comment below, like, and subscribe. And as they say in Panic Town, see you on the flip side like a down ride. Alright, ciao.